Good morning, dear friends. This is my first post from Dharamshala, India, and it's very early in the morning. I just had an inspiration that I would like to share with you. I'm laying here now as the sun is rising and the birds begin to sing their songs in succession and take their turns. And I was in a state of meditation that I like to practice every morning. After I wake up, I stay in bed and I get comfortable and I maintain a type of consciousness which isn't ordinary thinking consciousness. I don't engage in ordinary daily thinking. I don't allow my thinking mind to start working. But instead I maintain there's a very sharp, clear, spacious, dark, luminous quality about consciousness as it comes out of dream and before it begins to think. So I maintain that state. Quite often I recognize very lucidly the nature of the movements of the mind, okay? And as the birds begin to chirp, sing their songs in succession, it just was revealed to me. I suppose I saw with absolute clarity. And I don't have words for this. I'll try my hardest. I saw that in that state of consciousness, we can correlate it to the state of the true, deep, pure state of joining the path, or in other words, deciding to change our lives and our way of living and our way of thinking and our way of feeling, our way of looking at things, and our entire aspiration toward waking up, just like I'm waking up now in this morning with you. And in this experience, in my meditative experience, in that state of luminous clarity, non-thinking, meditative state, that also is analogous to what we aspire to, what we look for on this, when we join the path of awakening. We look to awaken. We look to have moments of clarity of what's really going on, not the ordinary mental, emotional, conceptual paradigm of interpretation of what is happening, a narrative, imaginary, personal storyline, which is ordinary way of thinking, living. So, in this state of, I had these inspirations, I should say clear seeings came to me as the birds were singing in their different parts. A certain kind of bird started out. It's always the same kind of bird that starts out very first. And then when he stops singing, it seems like there's another kind of bird that always starts. And then it seems like after that, there's a third kind of bird that starts. Anyway, I had this perception, this clear seeing that when we live in a state that is grounded, that when we live grounded in the state of turning our mind inward to be aware of what is arising within us with non-judgmental clarity and loving kindness and gentleness. In other words, non-reactivity and the desire for clear seeing or insight. We begin to notice things very clearly, just like when I'm in that state of meditation, that state of mind, of clarity. And why is it clear? It's clear because it is pure. It is pure perception. And what I mean by pure, it is the essence of perception, or it is awareness itself, meaning it is pure from conceptualizing or thinking or personal narration or ideas of what we think is happening or should happen or isn't happening. Excuse me, my mouth is pretty dry. All of those things that cloud our mind, we begin to strategize what we need to do, mentally make a list. All of those things begin to muddy up the clear water of pure awareness. Okay. So when we begin to clear that up and settle down those turbulent currents in our mind, thinking and all of those things, planning, strategizing, personal storylines. When those begin to settle, both temporarily in meditation and also, as a gradual development in our life, gradual progression in our life, the fruits of meditation. As that begins to settle, we begin to develop a much more pure, clear, immediate realization type of perception. We see clearly with wisdom perception, or wisdom mind. And what I saw as these birds were beginning to sing in their natural progression reminded me of Tao. Things arise, natural things naturally arise, naturally ordered, in the right time, as they should. That sort of understanding. That's what I understood. That when we live our lives grounded in that state of Tao, or Dharmakaya, or rootedness, groundedness, centeredness in the purity of our heart, the purity of spirit, our essential nature, which is also true life, the true way that things are, It's the absolute union with the unity of all that is. The more we begin to live in that and to orient our perception and attention towards recognizing that, like I did today, I saw that living in that harmonious, unified state with essential nature of life, things seem to arise the way that they should. And that means so much, the way that they should. So much, I can't explain it, but in the best way that they can arise, they will arise according to a great harmony, a great order, a great intention, a great intelligence. You'll see the beauty in the natural, perfect order and things, natural things, or you'll begin to see with a natural pure vision that things that support our spiritual awakening or our personal awakening or our life of awakening, which is really a life of recognition and connection and clarity to the nature of life, to living in harmony with the nature of life, in the goodness of life, that things arise mysteriously in a beautiful order to help us progress toward our good intentions of further growth and development in accordance with achieving harmony with the beautiful order, the beautiful good order of the expanding great life of clarity, wisdom, compassion, connectedness, and empoweredness. That's all. Have a beautiful day.